Want to grow your channel but feel like you're literally just shouting into the void? You know you are definitely not alone. Every single massive creator started with absolute 0 subscribers. Today we're breaking down the exact blueprint to get the algorithm to work for you and not against you. So let's dive right into this explainer and look at the actual data driving success in 2026.
Man, I completely know the feeling. You upload a video, you sit back, and you just obsessively refresh your subscriber count every hour. Maybe you're stuck at, I don't know, 73 subscribers, and you're watching it go up by maybe 1 or 2 if you are super lucky. And then, the very next day, someone unsubscribes and you're right back where you started. It is incredibly frustrating. But here's the reality check. Every massive creator you watch today started in that exact same void. The difference is they stopped guessing and started understanding what the algorithm actually wants.
Okay, so let's shatter a massive myth right off the bat. Raw views and subscriber counts, they really don't matter anymore. YouTube's algorithm basically has one job and one job only: keep people on the platform. A video with 10,000 views and an 8-minute average watch time will absolutely crush a video with 50,000 views and a 30-second watch time. The recommendation engine today only cares about retention and viewer satisfaction. To help you capitalize on this, we're going to walk through our data-backed 6-step blueprint. We'll be looking at 1. Escaping the YouTube void, 2. Mastering the click, 3. Mastering retention, 4. Production and visual strategy, 5. Profitable formats, and 6. Building channel momentum.
All right, step 1, escaping the YouTube void.
Escaping this void requires completely abandoning old, outdated advice. Forget about subgroups, begging your friends to watch, or just blindly hoping the algorithm randomly blesses you. None of that works. Instead, you need a major mindset shift. Subscribers are merely a side effect of making videos people actually want to watch. They aren't the primary goal, they're the result of doing everything else right. Since YouTube wants to keep people watching, your sole focus must be crafting content that retains attention. Think about it. Would you rather have 1,000 subscribers where only 30 watch your stuff, or 400 subscribers where 300 watch every single video? YouTube pushes the highly engaged channel every single time.
Moving on to step 2, master the click.
Before you even think about setting up a camera, writing a script, or generating a single frame of video, you need a concept that sparks intense curiosity. This relies on the classic AIDA principle. First, your thumbnail grabs attention. It literally needs to stop the viewer in their tracks while they're scrolling. Next, the title builds interest by connecting to something they already deeply care about. Then, together, they create desire by opening a massive curiosity gap. Finally, the action is the click itself. If they already know everything just from looking at your thumbnail, they are not going to click. You have to plant a burning question in their mind. Check out this comparison. On the left, a generic title, Tips for Growing Your Channel. I mean, snooze, right? It sounds like a million other videos. But on the right, I spend $1,000 on YouTube ads, here's what happened. It uses a specific number, makes a bold claim, and creates an undeniable curiosity gap. It promises genuine value. Look, if your best friend wouldn't click your title, a stranger definitely won't.
Okay, section 3, master retention.
So they finally clicked. Awesome. But once the viewer clicks, your first 10 seconds must instantly deliver on your title's promise. You literally have to cut the long intros and get straight to the value. Because, well, here is a pretty heavy reality check. Data shows that 55% of viewers drop off in the first minute of a video. 55%. That is exactly why the first 30 seconds are your make or break moment. You cannot start with, "Hey guys, welcome back to my channel." Give them the bold claim, the contrarian take, or preview the result immediately so they know for a fact they are in the right place. And once you have them past that critical first minute, you have to fight what's called the dopamine dip. This is where pattern interrupts come to the rescue. A pattern interrupt is an absolutely vital technique to keep your pacing tight and physically reset the viewer's attention every few seconds. If your video becomes predictable, like just a static talking head with zero movement, the brain gets bored and it signals the thumb to scroll away. To prevent that drop-off, you should be constantly weaving in these 5 pattern interrupts. You've got the visual jolt, think a sudden zoom or B-roll flash. The text pop, where kinetic typography forces the viewer to read along. The audio spike, using a sound effects like a whoosh to snap their attention right back.
the context switch, literally changing your physical location, and the fourth wall break, addressing the viewer directly. If you mix these in every few seconds, your audience won't ever get bored. Your retention curve stays flat, and you're signaling to YouTube that your video is high quality. But hey, it's not all just about flashy edits. Your script pacing matters just as much. Studies actually show that speaking at about 150 words per minute is rated the most acceptable baseline for clear, engaging delivery. It's fast enough to keep the energy up and the flow moving, but it's not so frantic that the viewer loses track of the information. You gotta find that sweet spot. Which brings us to step 4, production and visual strategy. Now, you might be thinking you need a massive budget to execute these higher-attention visual strategies. Absolutely not. You can achieve a super modern, cinematic aesthetic without breaking the bank. For example, professional lighting tubes from a brand like AIDA, those can cost upwards of $400 each. But check this out. You can run a Home Depot, buy an $18 LED tube light, wrap it in a $6 pink or blue cellophane gift wrap gel from a craft store, and boom. You suddenly have incredibly dynamic, neon, cinematic lighting for basically nothing. It instantly elevates the visual quality of your shot, making it look premium while keeping the viewer visually stimulated. And if you're using AI tools to generate your B-roll, you've got to use this 8-layer framework for your prompts. You must specify the subject, the action in beats, the camera movement, the lens, the lighting, the mood, the pacing, and a style reference. Honestly, the highest leverage word you can use here is layer 5, lighting. It dictates the entire emotion of the scene. So instead of just typing a city at night, say hard neon backlight, rim glow on edges. You will get vastly superior cinematic B-roll that really hooks the viewer.
All right, let's jump into step 5, profitable formats. Applying these high-retention visual techniques is awesome, but you have to apply them in niches where audiences actually have high buyer intent if you want to make a real living. General entertainment is notoriously tough to monetize. But look at these categories: AI tools and automation, business case studies, software tutorials, and finance education. These formats practically print money because they target viewers actively looking to solve expensive problems. This is exactly where the sponsors, affiliates, and high-value viewers live. Pair a profitable niche with deep research and strong retention editing, and you have a total winning formula. Finally, step 6, building channel momentum. Look, you don't just want a passive audience that watches one video and bounces. You want to build a dedicated community. Ask questions, pin the best comments. People subscribe to creators they actually feel connected to. And as you do that, you need to set realistic expectations for growth. The first 2 months, they are painful. You might only pull in 10 to 50 subscribers total. Months 3 and 4 usually bring some slight momentum. But if you consistently improve just one specific thing with every single upload, whether that's tighter scripting, better lighting, or sharper pattern interrupts, months 5 and 6 are where real momentum kicks in, very often leading to hitting that major 1,000 subscriber milestone. So let's wrap this all up. Channel growth isn't an accident. It is momentum. You need to study your analytics, double down on what works, and aggressively ignore what doesn't. You now have the tools, the data, and the exact blueprint to make the algorithm work for you. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Which of these 6 steps is currently keeping you trapped in the void? Figure that out and start building your channel today.